Hey guys, this is Yusuf here with RefreshCo. We are a short-term rental cleaning startup that helps hosts achieve peace of mind by taking on all of their cleaning and laundry. Today we have a special guest, one of the customers that we work with, Prime Luxe Homes. Today we are interviewing them. Prime Luxe Homes is an Atlanta-based property management company for short-term rentals that was started as a response to the owner's desires for financial freedom and freedom of time to truly enjoy life. Prime Luxe Homes created an environment where investors like yourself can feel confident knowing that their money is going to work for them and they are maximizing profitability by investing in short-term rentals and in real estate. One of the things that's really cool about Prime Lux since we started working with them is that they curate each property as a unique destination. Each property is super cool and has its own theme for the short term, the midterm, and the long term stay properties. A beauty about Prime Lux is that the owners are investors just like yourself, and every decision that they make is only to enhance the property and increase profitability as if it was their own property. And that's what makes their property management style really cool, which of course we're going to give them the opportunity to talk more about. When Miss Melissa first came to us, RefreshCo, she mentioned that she wanted to begin to take a step back and not have to worry about the day-to-day of her properties. She said that she wanted to start going out and help grow the business and acquire more properties. And that's the first thing that she had to do before she could do that was she had to find a company that she could trust and scale with when it came to the cleanliness of the properties. And that's when RefreshCo came into the picture. And so without further ado, let's introduce Prime Luxe Homes. Let's welcome guys. Thank you
Thank
for
you.
coming on.
Glad
So
to be here.
Prime Luxe Homes, it's three of you guys. Go ahead and introduce yourselves and just kind of say the role you have in the company.
Sure, I'll go ahead and start. I acquire properties, so I talk to clients,
Hold on.
investors.
Your name. You gotta tell them your name
Oh,
first.
sorry, my name is Mina.
Mina.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I deal with investors. I find investors that want to invest in short-term rentals, and we look for markets. I analyze their property and see how we can make them profitable.
Awesome. My name's Melissa, and I'm like chief of operations. So I deal with just the day-to-day operations, making sure that we have all of the things that are required to run this property smoothly. I deal with the listing. I deal with the customers, and then of course teaming up with excellent cleaners and handymen and just the rest of the team that makes the dream work.
My name is Ashley. I handle the design as well as the marketing. Anything to do with aesthetics is kind of my specialty. So just making sure that a property is really unique, that what you're seeing on social media or on our website is in line with what you would see and expect in a home. So kind of curating that unique experience for each customer.
Nice. So tell the people a little bit more about Prime Luxe Homes. Briefly describe, the business and the unique value you guys bring to the market.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and start us off. So what we do, basically, we have two different models. One that's completely hands-off for our owners and investors, and one that's a little bit more involved. So our property management style is a little bit more involved for an investor, and that means we're kind of partnering with you long-term, going over some numbers. There's a lot of back and forth, not a lot, but there's a little bit more for them to do. There's a percentage off the top that we take, but we handle making sure the property looks good, taking care of all the cleaning, all the bookings, all of that. So just maximizing their passive income and having their feedback in it a little bit. And then we have an arbitrage model, which is completely hands off for our owners, where we come in and they can just expect exactly what we've agreed to for them to get every single month, just a check in the mail. They don't have to answer any questions or worry about anything. It's just a very straightforward approach where we handle all of that. I think what sets our business apart is a couple things. One is our ownership and the fact that we are people of high character, and also who really love life and understand what it takes to have a good life. And we want to free up time for other people the way that we understand that that's really important to do the things that you enjoy. And we're all young, we're trying to retire early, and we want the same for our investors. Even if they're already retired, just sit back and enjoy your family, enjoy your life, enjoy your home, not have to worry about working so much. That's our goal. And another thing is how we curate our properties. There's thousands, hundreds of thousands of houses on the market that people can rent. And what makes your property stand out and be rented amongst the sea of other homes? And I think that's where we're really key is putting together a property that just has a wow factor, one that's not going to get looked over, one that's not just going to be scrolled through. You have seconds to capture somebody's attention. And I think that's where we do really well, is creating a property that's very much an experience for our customers, not only in the hooking them and getting it booked, but then when they come in, I mean, our reviews are excellent. We provide excellent service and excellent stay. Everyone's just obsessed once they get there. So it's hooking them and then giving them exactly the experience they're expecting and even better. So I think we definitely stand out among the crowd in that.
Damn, I was sold off that. That was good. That's nice. Okay, and so like as a group, how come you guys chose property management and specifically why short-term rentals?
Yeah, so a few years ago, during COVID, we're kind of just sitting at home, all of us. So I did a lot of research on YouTube. I'm a dentist, so I wanted to see what ways I could invest. So I went down the rabbit hole of, bigger pockets, long-term rentals, commercial properties, and then I got into short-term rental space that made sense for me. It's more profitable, and that's what we try to give to our investors, to our owners. And it's takes a little more work than long-term rentals, but that's what we're here to do as property managers. We manage the entire property. As Ashley said, our owners love it because it's completely hands off. They get a check in the mail every single month. We take care of bookings, cleaning, which that's why we hooked up with you. And they just get to sit back and collect checks. So it's mainly for profitability, and it fit all of our strengths. I'm a numbers guy, so I like to sit down, look at the numbers, see what properties are going to make sense, financially. Melissa's great at administration and operations and creating systems and implementing and doing the day by day. Ashley is a fantastic designer, so it just fit all of our strengths, and that's why we stuck with short-term rental.
Also, we're young investors ourselves, and so we understand that as you are starting off your investment portfolio, as a younger person, cash flow is number one. In order to build long-term investments, you need initial cash flow, and that's what short-term rentals provide. So we're all about helping our investors build their portfolio, and this creates the cash flow that they'll need later in life if they want to, then start investing in, commercial real estate or long-term. Those are good ways to diversify, but you need the cash flow to do that. And short-term rental really does provide on the cash flow.
Okay, that was great. You guys these are some great responses. Like, when I get a property, I kind of want you guys to take care of everything. You guys are doing great.
Deal.
We'll hold you to it too, Yusuf.
For sure. Like, we're already partners, so I think,
Sounds good.
most definitely be more room to grow. And so, all right, let's get into like the nitty gritty when it comes into managing a property. So there's a lot of things that are very important, but how important is the cleanliness for these properties when it comes to for the guest experience? Can you guys talk about why that's important, especially as a property management company, when you're managing a property for someone who's fairly hands-off?
Absolutely. Before I even get to how it impacts the guest, I mean, any property management will tell you your cleaners are your number one. those are your, your eyes and ears. They are the first on the property. They're the ones that are, actually setting up the property, each time before guests show up. They're the ones that are there. They're taking inventory. They're checking for damages. They are your key people. I mean, if you're gonna hire somebody, that is the most important thing to hire, which is why we went through such a process to find you guys. Because you gotta get the right people. You gotta get people that you trust. You gotta get people that understand the vision, that understand the business. This is not just cleaning. There's staging involved. There's the customer experience when they show up. It's not just cleanliness. It's also the presentation of the property. It's very much like like showing up to a gorgeous restaurant and maybe the food tastes great, but the presentation is ugly. You're not even gonna try it. And our cleaners have to understand that. When people walk into the property, they have to see the photos that they were sold when they booked it. So, and then on top of that, obviously, as they experience the property, they want the consistency of the cleanliness. So that is number one. It's huge. It's a game changer.
Okay. Let's go back and start at the beginning before we initially started working with each other. What was the situation that you guys had when it comes to the cleanliness for your properties? Were you guys cleaning it yourself? Did you guys hire a housekeeper? Did you guys work with a cleaning company? What was the situation that you guys had?
Yeah, we initially we did work with another company, but unfortunately, they kind of hired the work out, and weren't straightforward about that. So when I showed up at the property, the people that were present at the property are not the people that I had spoken to. They were not given the instructions that I had given, to the company were not handed down. So things just didn't happen the way that they were supposed to. The people that were on the property didn't speak. We could not communicate. They weren't in communication with the people that I had talked to. And when I called the office, to say like, who are these people? Because this is not who I spoke with. They were like, no, this is who you talked to. It was not an honest interaction. And it ended up in things being overlooked. So a lot of things that we had agreed were going to be cleaned for that price were not included. Kind of a little bit of a mess. So then we hired an individual who was fantastic, did a great job, but just worked on her own and just couldn't scale with us because, we have same day turnovers, we have multiple properties. We've got to have people that can, be in multiple places on the same day and get things turned over in a timely manner. So we needed a business that was not only, had integrity and was professional, but also that could scale with us as we continue to grow.
Okay. And so since working with us, how have you guys been able to improve your cleaning systems for the properties that you manage when it came to the cleaning and the laundry?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, part of the reason that we chose to even give you guys a shot was because you had a system. Just from my first conversation with you, I could tell like, you weren't just, hey, we'll come clean. It was like, hey, this is how it works. This is what we do. This is the follow-up. This is, the laundry system. And this is, I could tell that you had a system, which made me feel comfortable with growing. And then also, since then, you guys have not, you've shown up, you've done what you said you were going to do. The property is always ready to go. You guys have, been there on our same day turnovers. We've got excellent reviews from our guests, about the cleaning. Yeah, there have been moments here, but you guys have always, come through and resolved those quickly and efficiently. Nothing's perfect. That's to be expected. But so far, I mean, it has made the process seamless because you guys had your own system. I didn't have to create that. I could just partner with you and then trust your system to work with ours.
Okay, that's great. So I think this next question is really important because you mentioned integrity. And I think especially working with like new companies, that's really important because that relationship isn't built fully in the beginning. Like it takes time for that trust. So, us being a startup, how important is it doing business with a company that has integrity? And what did it mean for your company to work with us even when things went sideways?
I mean, that's huge. Being able to trust the people that you work with, particularly because, as I said, the cleaners are the ones that are actually on site at the property. We come out and check on it every so often, but we're not there all the time. So trusting the people that are there is, paramount. You have to trust the people that are there. And I would say initially for me, the first several times that I came to check on the property, you were there. And that made me feel confident in your team because I knew then you are personally following up. You were the personal quality control, on those cleans. And so that really, grew my trust in your company. When I would contact you, you were very quick to respond, just on the ball dealing with things. So it made me feel confident that you weren't just sending a team out there, but that you yourself were showing up and following up and making sure that things were the way they were supposed to be. And of course, like when we have had hiccups, you guys have owned up to it immediately, dealt with the issue, not things happen, and we get that and you get that, but you guys were very quick to resolve it, to take ownership of it and to make it right. And we've not had any bad review, even as the result of hiccups, we've not had any poor reviews, because our customers have seen us deal with it immediately. You guys have shown up and taken care of it, and that speaks volumes.
That's great. So I know we have to jump off soon because you guys have other engagements. So let's say someone who's listening to this, they're a property management company, they're a host, or they're let's say a boutique hotel, and they most definitely need that cleanliness. You guys explain why it's so important. Would you recommend us to that company? Why should someone who's doing this, why should they take action to work with RefreshCo?
100% recommend. Yeah, because I said, you guys you've been reliable. You've shown up. When you said you're going to show up, you have a great system. Your teams have been consistent. I understand that you guys have multiple teams that show up, but every time I've gone to see the property and I've seen photos of the property and I get guest reviews, they're all consistent, which shows me that you train your teams well. To each property has its, we have our own checklist, and I know you guys follow it because I can tell that, it's done the same way every time. And so, and that reliability carries over to the hiccups. You guys have been reliable even in the midst of, when things do happen, you do show up and you do, like I said, you take ownership of it and you solve the problem. So, to me, having somebody that you can trust and that is consistent, that's what more can you ask for?
I want to pitch in real quick and say too, like, I know for us as owners, we have an understanding that nobody is going to care for our business the way we are. However, partnering with you, we have felt that you've taken on that same ownership that we have of our properties. And that's very key and very important. Whether you're hiring employees or partnering with another company for work, as owners, whether it's a boutique hotel, a property management company, whatever, you feel so responsible for your guest experience. And to know that we're partnering with somebody else who has the same ownership and the same responsibility, like truly commitment to provide that service, is incredibly rare to find. And I know we've all felt very lucky that you feel like it's your property. You're cleaning one of the properties you clean for the guests, which makes us feel like you're a part of our team. And so that's huge. We're not just contracting somebody to do work. It's somebody who has the same sense of responsibility for the experiences that are had in the home.
Yeah.
Thank you guys. Really appreciate that. I really, really appreciate this. So, I mean, now we're gearing towards the season where it's kind of the season where a lot of business is done for those short-term rentals, starting to warm up. People are gearing for travel. Let's say, I'm a host or I'm an investor and I have properties. How can I get in touch with you guys so you guys can start managing my properties? What's that process like?
We'd love for you to take a look at our website, and hopefully we can share that link with you, primeluxehomes.com. And it's a very simple process. We try to keep it, as as much as we want to free up your time, on the managing it side, we also want, the process for you not to be time consuming. So there's a contact page. You can just fill out your info. We get in touch with you and we schedule, we do a property analysis, and then we schedule a sit down with you to kind of talk about how we can come in and maximize, your income if we see any ways that you're, may possibly missing out on some opportunities that can grow your rental. And then of course, letting you decide what that looks like for you and how we can partner with you to help make that happen.
Okay, so PrimeLuxeHomes.com. Are you guys on any social media or anything where people can find you?
Coming soon.
Currently in the process, yeah. It's going to be linked to my personal social media account. So if you want to give it a follow, we'll be saying some stuff soon. It's my handle is AMROSALESV that's the one. So yeah, we're working on some new projects soon, and we're excited to get to post some reels and some content to show people what like property setup looks like and all that. So
For sure, guys. She's mostly the interior designer, Miss Ashley. So properties that she has done, they look great. So make sure to check out her page so you can see some of her designs. Not only what she's done for just the property that they currently manage, but she's done for other properties as well. Okay. Well, all right, guys. I know you guys have some other engagements. I just want to say thank you guys, like really, for working with us. We really enjoy working with you guys because you guys are a company. You guys want to grow and you want to scale. And, we most definitely want to take this. When we had our conversations, it was most definitely like taking this out of Georgia potentially. And so, we really appreciate you guys for trusting us and, allowing us to be on that journey with you guys. We're super excited to see you guys grow. And so I want to say thank you for, jumping on this call with us. I think it was fantastic. And I think any hosts and investors that want to become property manager, that want property management for their properties, they most definitely can find value in you guys, knowing that you guys have systems set up. You guys are working with other companies. So you have partners. You guys aren't saying what you do. You guys are able to show what you guys have done as well based off us being able to have these conversations. And so thank you guys so much for jumping on this interview. Gonna get this posted. And so for everybody out there, if you are interested in working with Prime Luxe Homes for your property, I'm going to have all their information in the description below. And I'll make sure to, put everything in there so you know exactly how to get in touch with them. They have their IG handle as well. So if you're interested, most definitely reach out to them. So, Prime Luxe Homes, want to say thank you guys for jumping on this call.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for having us.
Hey, if you like that video and you're a host, you're a property manager, you're just getting started out with your Airbnb, with your short-term rental, and you want to work with a cleaning partner that has systems, that understands your needs, and that can help you grow and scale your short-term rental business or your short-term rental property management business, then hey, click the link down below, head over to our website and schedule a call with us so we can have a discussion about your properties and we can get you set up with our cleaning automation systems and we can help you achieve that peace of mind so you can grow your business. Talk to you soon.